Hello and welcome to the season finale of 101 Sports. I'm Mike Feldman.
And I'm Andrew Springs. We'll be doing things a little bit differently today. We'll bring in our resident experts onto the program, not to debate sports, but to debate cities.
Stay tuned. 101 Sports starts right now. Well, our season may be winding down, but both the NHL and NBA are in the middle of their second season, the playoffs. Springs, out of all the sports we debate on this show, which one is the best postseason format?
I've said this time and time again. College basketball.
Basketball.
Cinderella
March
stories,
Madness,
upsets, 16 games on that Thursday, 16 games on that Friday. That weekend is unbelievable, and it's a great format because it allows for teams that you wouldn't normally hear about to really make an impact on the tournament. We saw that with Northern Iowa this year, and I couldn't be more of a bigger proponent for college basketball.
Absolutely, and the way that, it's the conference tournaments to even get in there. Every team, except for maybe the Ivy League, has a chance to keep advancing, keep winning, and keep going.
Exactly.
For me, I'm going to choose the NHL. It's going on right now, and the reason I choose them is because the level of play picks up so immensely in the postseason. It gets extremely physical. Teams are grinding out there. Even the coaching strategy is much different in the playoffs. I think it's a phenomenal game, and it's emphasized even more in the playoffs, and I love it.
You talk about picking up the level of intensity. I think the level of interest goes way up, especially with the NBA. No one really cares about the regular season, let's be honest. When the NHL playoffs come around, come on, people are talking around the water cooler about the NHL playoffs, even if they don't care about it at all during the regular season.
Absolutely.
Speaking of the postseason, 10-time NBA championship coach Phil Jackson is rumored to be returning to the sidelines for another season, but he hasn't said where. Mike, will Phil Jackson return to the Lakers, or do you see him coaching a different team? Chicago Bulls.
Phil Jackson is coaching the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a match made in heaven. If Phil comes back, which I think he will, he'll be back to the Lakers. The Zen Master is meant to be out in California.
Exactly. The Zen Master is an LA guy. It's the perfect setting for him. He's got Kobe. He's got a couple more years of a great nucleus of players, especially bringing in Ron Artest this past offseason. There's no reason for him to go anywhere else. It's LA.
I know. Phil seems to embrace the LA. They're doing well. They've had extremely good success over the last couple years. So as long as the nucleus is around, I think Phil will be in charge of it. In a recent poll conducted by the Nielsen Company, it was found that the New York Yankees are, in fact, not the most hated team in baseball. That honor goes to the lowly Cleveland Indians, followed closely by my Sox and the Cincinnati Reds. Springs, what are your thoughts about this?
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, is Manny Acta that big of a draw in the Cleveland market? All right, I
think it's just because people hate Cleveland.
I get the
not
ratio,
necessarily the team.
The ratio of population to viewership. I have no idea where these are coming from, but it makes no sense to me.
You know what I'm going to tell you why the Yankees aren't on the list? It's because they're boring. Yeah. Who wants to freaking watch the Yankees? They're all a bunch of drones. They have to get their hair cut the same way. Maybe they get the mustache.
Exactly.
That's the only facial
the
hair.
evil empire.
There's no fun in the Yankees. Who wants to watch that team?
Exactly. Every fly ball to right field is a home run. It's pathetic the way I have to sit through every game and say, oh, there's another home run to right field. It's embarrassing.
You know
sometimes.
what? My Sox aren't going to win, but go Devil or go Rays.
Go Rays,
I want to see them
indeed.
beat the Yankees. They're boring. Get them out of here. We need a new team.
I hear you. Because this is the last episode of the season, we've dubbed today Homer Day. And it's now time to represent our home cities. Mike, who has the better sports fans, traditions, and teams? Baltimore or Beantown?
I almost wanted to laugh at this question.
Get off your high horse.
People go to Boston to see Fenway Park. If you watch the Celtics or the Bruins, you have all the history and lore of Bobby Orrs and Larry Birds of this world. And the Patriots have been dominating the NFL. When I go to Baltimore, which I do frequent, great city, I go for the Inner Harbor, I go for crab cakes, and maybe, just maybe, a bad $5 Orioles game.
You're killing me. Now, as that Tool and Wedding Crashers once said, crab cakes and football.
Crab cakes.
That's what Maryland
Crab
does.
cakes.
Hey, but football was included, okay? We've got great college football in Maryland and Navy, two up-and-coming teams. One's in the ACC. Heck, they won the ACC tournament title in 2001 and went to the Orange Bowl. Yes, it was almost 10 years ago, but besides that fact, Ravens have the Super Bowl. They've made the playoffs the last 2 years with a great rookie coach,
had the rookie coach, had the rookie quarterback,
and rookie running back in Ray Rice. We've got great sports teams. We have great sports history, even though currently they're not at the level I would like. Maryland basketball, even though it's kind of not really in Baltimore.
Grievous is
all right, fine. You know what?
okay.
This isn't really an argument. Sure, Boston's got 4 sports teams professionally. We've only got 2.
I love Baltimore, but in terms of sports,
But our fans
bring me
are
Fenway Park.
rabid. You can't get better fans than in Baltimore.
Can't get fans of the city more than Baltimore. You guys love your city more, not necessarily rightfully, but you love your city more than any other people I know.
That's a good point. You probably love your sports a little bit more. That's understandable.
Unfortunately, we have to take a quick commercial break, but don't touch that remote because when we come back, we'll be stepping off the beaten path and debating which city is the NBA's best. Stay tuned to One-on-One Sports.
Oh my gosh. Sam, that division's on the rise, right?
This is why I'm an MLB expert.
Hold on. What are you doing?